over here, people pleasers. Okay, I am the biggest people pleaser, and I can give you an example right now. I am busting my butt taking 23 units this semester and 24 next semester because my mom is making me get out of here in 2 years. I don't have an option. If I don't get out, they don't pay for my 4-year. So that's me pleasing mama. My quote was, never explain and never apologize. It's a sign of weakness. I don't agree with that quote for 3 reasons. 1, I feel that you come off as rude. 2, arrogant. And 3, it can cause an even bigger fight. For my first example of being rude, I work at McDonald's, second happiest place on earth. And I always, if I get something wrong, I'm always the one to be able to apologize. I'm sorry, sir, or whatever. Well, I had a cashier next to me. She didn't apologize for getting someone's order wrong, and the lady went off. And she got a write-up for it. And her exact write-up, the words were, she was a rude employee. So I was like, oh, well, good thing I'm always the one apologizing. 2 would be arrogant. If you think about sports and arrogancy, or that's a word wrong. I think of, say you're that person in the on deck circle, and you've got the girl in front of you, she's up to bat, and she hits a foul ball that almost gets you. And she just looks at it like, you were in the wrong place at the wrong time. Like, how rude is that, or how arrogant is that? You know, instead of being like, oh, sorry, teammate, you know, I'll get it fair next time. My 3rd example would be to cause a fight. I've been with my boyfriend for 2.5 years, and there's always that, no, I did this right, you did that wrong, no, I did this right, and there's all kinds of fighting. And sometimes you just need to take that step back and just be the person that tilts their head and is like, I know, I'm sorry, babe, everything's going to be fine, and you get over it. So I think for this quote, it should actually say, explain when necessary, apologize when right, and be the person with gratitude. Thank you. Yeah.
All right, Jen, I heard you saying as you went by that you talked too fast. You did talk a little quick, but that's not a problem. You know what? A short speech is not necessarily a bad speech, and I really like what you did with this. I mean, you had a point of view, you set up a structure, you had examples on each of those points, you were engaged while you were talking about them, you summarized them really well, and you finished strong. It was 2 minutes and 22 seconds, but it was all a good 2 minutes and 22 seconds. So the fact that it went quick shouldn't really detract too much from the way that you talk to us, because making a point and being clear about what you're saying is so much more important than some of the minor things that people worry so much about. I like the attention device. I didn't care that much for the survey, but I like the story that you told about being a people-pleasing person and how your mom, you know, you're trying to make sure that your parents are happy and getting out here in the 2 years. I thought that worked really well. And like I said, you had an excellent setup of what the content was going to be. All of the content issues, could you have elaborated a little bit more? Wouldn't be problematic. It might even make it more interesting, but at least it's clear what you're saying on each of those points, so nothing to worry about too much there. The presentation issues are all very solid. Your voice projects well. You've got good energy in your voice from the very beginning. Your gestures, you seem like you're involved and engaged with the ideas that you're talking about the whole time you're speaking. I like that. Your face is animated while you're talking to us. even if what you're talking about is something that you don't feel sincere about, it comes across as being sincere. This is what I want to say to people. I'm going to say it, and I'm going to do the best I can at that. I really like that. I thought that you did a good job at those kinds of things, and you really had an excellent conclusion to the speech. You kind of summarized what you were saying, finished strong. That's the kind of stuff that we want from people here. Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate your patience.